Hi, this is Mike Martin with Acme Truckloads. I get a lot of calls from people, and a lot of them are new to the business or just uninitiated in the business. And I talk to a lot of people who put price as the number one concern when it comes to buying truckloads of whatever. And I'm here to tell you, that is not the number one concern. That's why I ask people, I give them a test if I think they're new or they're tainted as far as what they understand about this business. And I'll say to them, so let me get this straight. You want a premium load at salvage prices. And most people will say, well, yeah, they'll know I'm being sarcastic and they'll say, they'll push it off to the side. But there are many who will say, yeah, exactly, that's what I want. Those people, I say, they don't exist. You don't get it. I hang up on them. Because if I continue with these people, they have unreasonable expectations of this business. They don't understand it, which means it'll turn into problems for me, problems for them, and problems for the deal. We have to understand that, yes, money's important, your profit margin's important, but you can buy cheap loads. They're all over the place. Unfortunately, when you're buying a cheap load, if it is in fact a shitty load, meaning pick through, garbage, whatever, you didn't do a good deal. I tell people that the most important thing you have to understand about buying in this business is where's it coming from? Who's it coming from? And the closer to the source you can get is the only way to buy products in this business. There are people who will say, well, I can buy this big box load for $2,000. Well, you can, but it's gone from the source to another body, picked through by 2 or 3 hands, and now you're getting the remnants or the garbage of somebody else's business. If you're good with spending $2,000 on a truckload of garbage, that's fine. At the same time, if you want to buy a good quality load that will actually make you money, you need to pay the price to get it directly from the source. It's that old adage, you get what you pay for. And nothing is more true than that in this business. There is so much junk out there, and there's a lot of people throwing it around. And the young people who come to me, I say, listen, you really got to get to know, whether you buy from me or not, you got to get to know and understand who you're buying from. Because cheap is not the important factor. The other thing people will say, well, where's it coming from? How much is the freight? Well, freight's important too, because it can add or diminish your margin. But if freight is the deciding factor of whether you do the deal or not to do the deal, you're too tight on your margin. You should not do the deal at all. This deal is not for you. I had one gentleman call me up. I had a truckload, brand new big box product, case packed, brand new, fresh. And the price on it was 20% of retail. That's a hell of a deal in my book, if you know how to sell it. So he asked me for the freight, and the freight wasn't too bad. It was like $1,500, not a big deal, typical. He goes, geez, I can't do that. Why not? 20% of retail, a decent freight rate of $1,500, and you still can't do it? What's the problem? He says, well, you see, that $1,500 extra now puts it at 22% of retail. Yeah, but this is all new case pack stuff that sells for 78% more on the retail shelves. It's got to be 20 or under. Really? So is the problem with this load? Because for my money, I'm thinking if I'm getting it at 22%, I can sell it at half price, move the stuff quickly, and still more than double my money. But that's not how he sees it, whether he's uneducated or just doesn't understand or have the ability or the platform to actually sell the product. See, that's the thing is, there's a lot of people out there that think, I just buy a truckload, I flip it real quick, and I make all kinds of money. People ask me, how much money can I make on this deal? I tell them, I don't know. And they say, why? I said, because I don't know if you know what you're doing, or if you're going to sell this the proper way, or if you even know how to handle this kind of situation. I had another deal that particularly annoyed me this week. This week, I sell a lot of appliances. I get scratch and dent appliances. I've got these new Whirlpool appliances. They're a mixed load. They're manifested. They have warranties and all that kind of stuff. And I get a lot of calls about them. It's funny. I get a lot of people wanting appliances when I don't have them out there. And then when I put them out, everybody's kind of shifty about it. And it's probably because they're not cheap salvage level prices. I don't sell that shit, so you're not going to get that. But a guy calls me up and he says, I saw your post on LinkedIn and I'm wondering if I could get the manifest. I said, absolutely. So I sent him the email that I sent out and I sent him the manifest. So he's looking it over. Now this time he knows what the price is. These Whirlpool brand new washers are 28% of retail. It's reasonable. It's all brand new stuff. They have warranties. And so he's looking it over and he comes back to me. He goes, well, geez, here's the deal. I'm in Canada. You got the changeover in the money and you've got the freight and the money it costs to get in the country. So here's what I'll do. I'll buy all the stuff you got, but I'll buy it at 20% of retail. So he's essentially asking for a 30% discount on new product with warranties coming down to the United States so I can get them to Canada. I said, these prices aren't negotiable. Maybe if you were in the country and you bought 10 of these loads, maybe we could cut it back a little bit. But you're asking for a third off based on nothing, and you want to penalize me because you live in Canada and there's extra expenses to go to Canada. I said, doesn't that sound silly to you? Well, no, you have to understand. I said, no, I don't have to understand. I have a product. I have a price that's reasonable. I have abilities for people to make money on these loads. I'm not selling anything. I'm providing an opportunity for those people who sell appliances to make good money on brand new products. The fact that you live in Canada and it costs you more to get it there, not my problem. That's your problem. It's your business. You have to figure out how you can do business with those factors factored in if you're going to buy from the United States. I got to tell you, I love Canada. I love the people in Canada, but almost every deal I go through that goes to Canada is a problem. And it's not necessarily the people in Canada. It's the whole process to get it there. So I'm not suggesting don't sell to Canada, or I won't sell to Canada. But you have to understand, if you're in Canada, it's kind of on you to understand that these extra costs are going to come into play. And then you decide if it's worth your time. There are a lot of people out there that insist that they can get better deals than what I have or what you have. And I'll be honest with you. They're either talking about junk from somebody else, or it's just some very lame strategy that they think they can get away with that we're dumb enough to listen to get a better deal. And I'm here to tell you, if you're one of those folks, I'm going to tell you this. The price is the price. If it's a fair price, pursue it. If it's not, ignore it. Go out and find those really cheap prices, buy those cheap deals, and see how you do. And if you do well, come back and tell me about it, because it's something I'm missing after all these years. We're all just trying to make a buck out here. My job is to find the best possible deal for the best possible product so my customer can make money. If that doesn't work for you, that's fine. But don't try to bend me over so that I can fix your problems. Anyway, as I said, I've got appliance loads out there. They're great loads. They're Whirlpool. They're mixed types, ranges, refrigerators, all that. And they're all under warranty. Great deal. Great opportunity. They're coming out of Pennsylvania, so they're centrally located. If you have an interest, give me a call, text me, email me, whatever. You have a great week.